Welcome in, y'all. Timeshare Clarence. First and foremost, I want to thank God for waking me up, blessing me with another day, another opportunity to work towards becoming the man I desire to be. It's mid-December, and I'm just now getting around to recording my round 10 recap. So, I went back and watched round 9 to kind of see where I was at and going into October. And October was, it was uneventful, but then it was two major events. So the majority of the month wasn't really nothing going on, going to work, wasn't selling, being at work, just a lot of times not even getting tours, just it was slow, and I was at the bottom of the rotation. So from that standpoint, it really wasn't great. And then I was looking forward to going to St. Louis, not for St. Louis, because I don't really enjoy going to St. Louis. It's a necessary evil at this point, because I gotta go to be there when I need to be there for my kids. But anyway, Aaliyah's birthday was coming up, so based off how our relationship is at this point, it's touch and go. So I wasn't really sure if she would even want me to come. So I asked her, and she said she wanted me to come. So our little tradition had been pretty much me taking her to Cheesecake Factory for her birthday. So I ended up taking 3 or 4 days off. I don't remember exactly. But just based off how the flights were and affordability, I ended up, having to take some vacation time, which, it is what it is. But I went to St. Louis, and then I didn't end up seeing Aaliyah. So, that was disappointing. Once I got home, she did reach out, and we had a brief conversation about, what happened, and she expressed how she felt about the situation. Apologized for, having me come out there and then not seeing her. And this is not the first time that's been an issue. So, I try to do my part, but at the same time, I'm not about to keep, doing all of this, going out of town, renting cars, renting rooms, taking off work, doing all of this stuff, trying to be there for somebody who don't even have the courtesy to make the time. So that's my daughter. I love her. I'm always gonna love her. And if she want me to be there, I'm gonna be there. But again, to have somebody come out of town and then blow them off, that's it's messed up, regardless of who do it. So anyway, but the conversation and her expressing to me that, she doesn't really, just how she feels, she don't really want to see me. We got stuff we got to resolve, and I'm fine with that because I know the situation, but at the same time, she's not a little kid, so, it's still a matter of communication. Where we at? If she don't want to deal with me, she don't want to deal with me. But don't have me come out of town. Just say you don't want to see me, and I'd have been at work. But anyway, so that was, but during the conversation, she still expressed that even though she feels the way she feels, she at least can acknowledge that I'm a good dad, and I've been trying to be a good dad. I've been a good dad in recent years, so to speak, if she didn't feel like I was when she was younger. And, so it was a lot to that. But that conversation meant a lot to me because, I know some things that I did that contributed to, the lack of relationships that I had with certain people. And I'm accountable for that. So like, if it's a relationship that's important, whatever the work that I gotta do to get where I need to be with these people, I'm willing to do it. But what I'm not willing to do is just allow somebody to disrespect and mistreat me. And I don't think anybody should be. And honestly, for whatever my faults, shortcomings, flaws, whatever, I don't feel like that I've ever had the expectation of anybody to just allow me to treat them any kind of way, and for them to just deal with it. We may not have seen eye to eye, but I don't believe I've ever asked anybody anything unreasonable. And that's really where my standard is, like, just don't be unreasonable, right? So, that, midway through the month, I haven't been selling, took the time off, didn't even see Aaliyah, but this is kind of just the conversation is to an extent making it worth it because we had the conversation. And that was the important thing to me. So moving forward, go through the month. At the end of the month, my little cousin Keisha wedding was in St. Louis, so I had to go back to St. Louis for that. Got to see a lot of family I haven't seen in a long time. That was, just seeing them take that step. Happy. But at the same time, I was sitting there reflecting on how I have the desire to, have that, to have a wife, to have a family. And I'm not where I want to be. So, super happy for her. And it's encouraging, it's inspiring because, it didn't happen overnight, but they where they at. And, I felt like CJ a good dude. So yeah, I'm happy for her. But I want that for myself. So like October really showed me, even though things aren't necessarily where I want them to be, like I got, I guess, a little bit of reinforcement that this is temporary. Me not having the type of relationship I want to have with all of my children is temporary because this situation, circumstance, me not having the type of life that I want is just not yet. One day I'll have that loving home to walk into from work and, see my wife and see my kids and everybody happy to see each other and everybody want to tell each other about our days and all of that. Like, I want to be in a bowling league. It's like, yeah, so I actually had recorded a video that I didn't make public because it got cut off in the middle of my thought, but that was like one of the things in that I was thinking about is how an extraordinary life for me is not necessarily full of extraordinary things, but if I had all of the little things, then that would be extraordinary for me. Like it really would. So, yeah, October, I felt like I didn't really accomplish anything. I didn't do well at work, whatever. But I got to see a couple of things, and experience, something that just kind of reinforced that, that's out there. And it might not be right now, but hopefully that's out there for me. So anyway, like round 10, I'll call it an even round because it would be very hard for me to say I lost, even though it went the way that it went, just because just to hear Aaliyah say that, she know that I'm a good father, or she believes that I'm a good father now, even if, and she doesn't want me to think that she doesn't want to have a relationship. It's just right now, she don't know how to make that work. And I can respect that, but just that alone, there's no way that could be a loss. So anyway, that's my round 10 recap. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Till next time, Timeshare Clarence. Peace.